but what I do think is, and now I think this is, I do think Slot is a fraud. Like, I'll be honest. Like, yeah, I've come to the realisation that, okay, like, I'm not a slut out yet, but...
Why would you not be? He's a fraud.
Because he might be able to... I'll tell you why I think he's a fraud and how I think he's a fraud. Okay, yes people, we're back for another episode, Minichats episode 10. It's been a while since we've been together. Yeah. Obviously international break. A lot happened there as well. But there's a lot to cover this weekend. There's a lot to cover. So we're thinking, let's start with Liverpool. I think we can officially call this a crisis, for sure. You're laughing at.
That's fair.
Yeah, we can officially call this a crisis, for sure. Liverpool, at home, yesterday, they lost 3-0.
I know you're going to go off on this topic, so I might as well just get a little couple minutes in.
Yeah, you start, because I've got a lot to get into. I did a lot of research. Like, go on.
Do you know what? I don't really have too much of an opinion on Liverpool's situation. But obviously one Liverpool guy that, I worked with during the summer, so he was basically saying, and we spoke about this the other day, but he was basically kind of saying, and I just want to kind of hear your perspective on this, but obviously, like you're saying, it's a crisis. It's mad. This form is unbelievably bad. Mm-hmm. But what he was trying to say was that because of obviously the tragedy, the Jota
thing, which is a very unique situation. It's only happened once, where a championship winning team, the next season one player has passed away and they're expected to defend that title. But
so he's saying that obviously being so unique is why he's looking at this as a write-off season, and he was almost kind of criticising Liverpool fans that were at the start of the season they were saying things along the same lines, and then now they're turning again. That combined with the fact that you man don't usually spend like you spent like this. You broke your own record twice, you broke the whole Premier League record twice in one window. Putting those two like unimaginable scenarios in their situation and expecting results or whatever, do you think that there's more to it than just a manager or whatever it might, a player or whatever?
There's a lot more to it. I think there's a lot more to it. I'm gonna break it down really, like all of it, and where I feel I'm not. Now let me preface this with I'm not slot out. Yeah, I'm still slot in.
Right.
Like because I said this in the video before the result of the weekend, because of what he did in last season and what he delivered, I'm still slotting.
Yeah.
But that could change very soon. I'll be honest, that could change very soon, and I've got like a projection basically of how and what can happen, and so but let me break it down really. So the match, it was a poor match again. First 30 minutes was great. Salah played amazing in the first 30 minutes. Salah was playing like how I want to see, because I was playing like Big Brother, bro. Like he was just trying to create for the other attackers, whether that was Isak or always finding them, trying to put through balls in for them and stuff. Like it was a much better performance. But after that half an hour, when the goal went in against Liverpool, kind of everyone just, the mood kind of changed. And now it is Slot's right. He said himself that we can't blame the players. I take full responsibility for the form recently and all of this. And he's right, it is his fault, because it's every player. Like, I was questioning a few players, but a lot of players in the team aren't playing with conviction, which a lot of the talk around the fan base is he's lost the dressing room and the players aren't playing for him. And
do you think that's fair?
Do I think that's fair?
Or accurate?
it's difficult to say from this point, to be honest. At first, it looked like maybe a few players, but now a lot of players aren't going into tackles with conviction. They're not challenging for headers with conviction. A lot of the starting 11, whether that's McAllister or Kanate or Van Dijk even.
Yeah.
Or like, it's Kirkes has been trying hard. Like, there's been a few. Conor Bradley's been trying very hard, but there's been a lot of players not really. Salah's been on and off. Some games he does, some games he doesn't. So now there's a lot of. At first, it just seemed like Kanate. Even McAllister now is not fully going in. I saw a piece, Steve Nicol recently. He really called out Gravenberch, which was kind of fair in terms of. Like his defensive duties, he's not really stepping up in really in the midfield. He's doing okay, obviously, when we've got possession, but we know the game of football is a lot more than just possession. You know, there's a whole off-ball aspect of the game that you need to focus on. So it's difficult to say, but what I do think is, and now I think this is, I do think Slot is a fraud. Like, I'll be honest. Like, yeah, I've come to the realisation that, okay, like, I'm not a slut out yet, but...
Why would you not be if you think he's a fraud?
Because he might be able to... I'll tell you why I think he's a fraud and how I think he's a fraud. So, he's an interesting type of winner. He is a bit of a small game...
Small team manager.
He's always thinking about the opponent and how the way they play and whatnot. But he's very good in open games. He is good in open games. Even though as of late, Man City was pretty open. That weren't a good performance. But obviously Madrid, and we look at the first season, the first half of the first season anyway, where there was many good performances. Do you understand? So. He seems okay in some of the big ones, and that's why we got to definitely see with the Champions League also, with Slot. However, at the same time, you need to know how to win most games, and we're so volatile as a team. So we're in match week 12, right, with Man U, and I forgot who they're playing, I think Villa. Tomorrow, that concludes match week 12. But Everton, sorry. So, yeah, they play Everton tomorrow, then that will conclude match week 12. So we can look at it as the first 6 games, then 6 games that have just gone. We've won 6 and lost 6, not one draw. First 6, we won 5, lost 1. Last 6, we've won 1, lost 5. And that speaks to a lack of stability as an analytic. It speaks to a lack of stability because... Sometimes as a manager, right, you as a Liverpool manager, you go in before the game with your mentality is always to win every game.
Right.
But if that doesn't happen, or if it's looking like it's getting bleak, you must know how to say, hopefully we win, but we will definitely get a draw if we don't win.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I think you need to, and there's points where I think Slot should have been able to recognise that, but when I look at a lot of his decision making this season, the last few weeks and month or so, and how we've set up the substitutions that have come on, it's the same thing that happens every single week. Like, we start the first 20 minutes looking alright, or 30 minutes, which means it's a game plan for other teams, but don't get a goal, which is crucial. They nicked the first goal, and we're so easy to pass through the lines against. It's just so easy to do it against. Like, defensively, we're really bad. So easy to pass through the lines against. They'll nick a goal, and then once they get that goal, our heads will drop. It's unlikely that we're going to get a draw, because as long as they can just park the bus, which they do, and they do it very well, we will now... He'll do the obvious thing of just taking off all of the defenders and bringing on all attackers.
Right.
And he set up with a 3-3-4. Like, yes, he went to that and he keeps doing that. And then once that happens, it's easy. Number one, it's predictable shit. It's easy to... It's happened like maybe 4-5 times in a row now at this point. So once we go 1-0 down as fans, we know what's going to happen. But...
So not to cut you off, right? So if you're saying... So you're basically saying, because you're saying you have that strong half an hour period at the start. So essentially you're saying creating chances isn't an issue, right?
What, for Liverpool?
Yeah, it's not an issue.
No, of course not.
So if Isak and Diesman and Salah and that aren't delivering, is that Slot's fault?
So I'll tell you what's Slot's fault. Creating chances should be the least of our focus right now. I would prefer right now, this is how I feel, and I wanted to break it down fully, and I'm going to probably get back to this. But the first 6 games, we won 5, lost 1.
Yeah.
We didn't win any of those convincingly. We won 6 games a season. We've only won 1 convincingly against Aston Villa. Every single other one's been a scrappy one, wonder free kick or whatever, right? So after the first 6, we were even, and that's championship form, by the way. 5 wins out of 6 games. That's championship form. 18 out of 21 points.
Yeah.
But when you look at the nuances, you look at how we won them. Okay, the next 6, you can't, and form, it doesn't matter now what we did back then, because form is about your last 6, basically. So now we're looking at our last 6, this was preventable. Because if you looked at the 6 before, you can tell now, okay, let's look at things. They've changed manager. They've gone on such a winning form and like a spur of good form off of the change of that manager, and me coming in and inducting some new things.
Season.
Yeah, last season, inducting some new things. They've gone on to win a league, but, you know, it was shaky towards the year. Seems like fatigue is cracking in and stuff. They lose a member of the team. You know, tragically, they lose a member of the team. You think about, so you look at the next 6. Now we're at the point of the first 6. We win those games on championship form still, but we're getting complacent, and you can really see this, bro. Like, I could see this. This is things I, just as a fan, saw. So if you've got all these analytical people there, they saw this.
Yeah.
From here, that point, after those 6 we won those games, we should have now been focused on just being a clean sheet type of team, parking the bus if we had to. We just have to be a team that can defend properly. Like, it should all, training should all 80% be defending. Because that's the point. After you win a league, that's the point where complacent like kicks in. So now it's just about being a hard team to beat. We've got the quality where goals will come and games will open up. But we just need to concede minimum 1 game a goal. Hopefully clean sheet. But if not a clean sheet, just 1. And hopefully we got players that can get us a draw or we'll win. But we don't even really focus on attack. I can tell they probably focus a lot on passing and thing. It seems like we don't do any defensive work whatsoever. Like, corners, we keep doing the same zonal defending bullshit with the corners and concede every week and then do it. It's just pick up a man. Just do man-on-man marking, pick up your guy and make sure you don't score. Like, do the little things, get goal side, do this, you know, time your jumps well, all of that, you know what I'm saying? But none of the basics is being done here. So when I go into why I think he actually is a fraud, right, is now we're going to start this from, I realise that Slot's been at Liverpool for 1 year and 2 months, that's 14 months, right? He actually only did good in 4 of those months. So, like, like, now we're going to break it down. Like, I've come to realise, oh shit, so we've been, this form we've been on, which is, the last 6 is relegation form. But since the year, so 2025, we've been a mid-table to relegation form, is actually the truth. 10 months, that is. We just had a massive break of summer in between that cut it. But when you really look at it, we start in January, right? So our first game of the year, Manchester United at Anfield. We drew 2-2 at Anfield to Man U. Very bad Man U last season. A joke, to be honest. A joke, to be honest.
That's the Lisandro Martinez.
That's the one that people say maybe spurred. There's Ruben Amorim's first big one, kind of. But not only that happened in January, we also drew to Forest. And now, this is another red flag for Slot. He's created a bogey team for us. Now, when we look at, and that's big. That's very big. When you look at Crystal Palace, right? No, but for real. Since Brendan Rodgers created that bogey team for us, we haven't recovered. Even with Klopp,
Chris Ball,
with Slot, We have not recovered. That's 10 years now. That's over 10 years of a bogey team.
Yeah.
So creating bogey teams is very alarming and it's bad and it's big. And people can't overlook that because look at what Crystal Palace have done to us recently, right? But Forest are now a bogey team, my friends. I'm sorry. But when we look at last season, our first actual loss of the season was against who? Nottingham Forest. And then we got a draw. God bless Jota. God bless his soul. You got a draw and 1-1. That was earlier this year.
Yeah.
But then, so we haven't been able to beat them. They've got a win, a draw, but now they smoked us yesterday. They smoked us like nothing. New manager, doesn't matter, bro. That's like how a bogey team is made. Like, when the manager don't matter, bro, because there's just a soul within the team that just overcomes yours.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's just how it works, bro. Like, thing with Palace, it doesn't matter whether it's Klopp, Slot, Rodgers, they beat us always and shit. You know what I'm saying? And stop our plans. He's just created a new bogey team, so that's bad. That's a red flag, and that's bad. Now, also, what happened in January? We lost to PSV 3-2. Now, that was the last game of the Champions League group stage of last season, right? This was January this year. But it was the last game of the group stage of the Champions League part of last season, right? Why does that matter? We play PSV on Wednesday. So his record so far is a loss, okay? And he's on very bad form. So he needs to win that. Champions League is big now for his job. Huge. Yeah? Huge now. The significance of it has become very important. That's January. So now we're getting on to the start of this bad form and really bad year, to be honest. It's it's very nuanced in the league we won. It's very nuanced because when we really look at it, it is off the fresh back of a new manager. It was the first 4 months of him being in. We can say new manager this and that, but then after we look at it, wow. Yes, if the full months of him being good came like at the end of last season, it would look better for him. I'll be honest, it'll look better for him, but it's been a whole straight 10 months of badness. Now, we get to February now. Now, what happened in February that is also contributes to this bad form? We get knocked out of the FA Cup by Plymouth. First game that's the first game of the FA Cup for us. Fourth round, knocked out.
Did you rest a lot of players in that though? Those can happen. It's mad.
They can happen. You're right.
Upsets that's the whole beauty of the FA Cup.
You're right.
When you're going for a league title and by that point, I'm sure you've already made the League Cup final. It's hard to.
Yeah. So you're right. I agree. You're right, and I think it was probably a lot of rest. We did. You're right. I think we did make the League Cup final by that point. I still think I'm still adding it as a thing.
Yeah. I get it. But.
Now, also, what happened in February of this year? We drew to Everton. We drew to Everton, and we drew to Villa. So both in those months. And another red flag I've got with Slot is big games. So there's certain games at Liverpool and Anfield, and when Liverpool play that we just can't really lose. Okay, it's got to be like we can't lose. To Manchester games, City and Man U.
Yeah.
With Klopp, we've got an outstanding record against Man City. So those two, and then Everton, low key, we can't really be drawing. I know it's a derby, it's tough.
The one exception, that was the last ever game at that stadium. They're gonna be up for it like never before.
Yeah.
Like that was a what? Because that was that last minute goal. That, what's his name again? I forgot his name, but that defender. That one's harsh to, it's their last ever. But I see what you're saying.
And then what happens in March? We lose to Newcastle. This week is the turning point because this is a build-up. Like what I'm telling you is a build-up, bro. Like this week was a turning point, similar to how the week we've just had is a turning point.
Yeah.
This week was a turning point that was about to predict a lot of bad things that were about to happen for this team. Everything that was coming this week basically foretold it. But because we had a league also coming and a trophy, it's a very weird time. And obviously the Jota thing does play a part. But this week was when we lost to Newcastle. We beat PSG, but got completely outplayed to the point it felt like a loss. And then we got knocked out by PSG all within like a week. And that week basically turned everything. Since then, it has not been good at Liverpool, I'll be honest. We won a trophy, so it's smoke and mirrors. And it's like a big trophy to win. I won't take that away from them. But it's been what we're seeing now. Since then, it's the same thing. We had a massive window. We've had little moments of euphoria. We had the window. Isaac and Ekati spent half a bill, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had these little moments of smoke and mirrors. Like, if they're not real, it's not quality. Yeah, it's not, bro. Like, it's smoke and mirrors. Like, like, the smoke and mirrors is a signings, but where's the W in that? That's just us getting big players, so it seems like success and good. No, I promise you, since the year, it's been L's on the pitch. Nothing, it's been nothing but L's, bro. And then when you, alright, so as I was saying, does he understand the culture? That was the other thing of Anfield and whatnot. Those teams, Man City, you know what I'm saying, Man U, they've got a better record against us. Man City have got like maybe an equal record. That's not great. Yeah, the bogey team thing, of course. I think there was more, but you know what, I've gone in a lot on it. But those are the questions I raise, and it's like, is he a fraud? Because now I know my next point. So where I stand in terms of him being slot in or slot out, because it probably seems to people that I'm slot out right now after what I've just gone on. No, I'm not. I'm still slot in. Okay? I'm still slot in. But I'm going to judge our season based on 6-game increments. We are match week 12. So the first 6, we won 5, lost 1. None of the wins were convincing. It was time to look at things to prevent this 6 that just happened. Now, the 6 that have just happened, we've lost 5, won 1. Now, in those, we look too volatile. He lacks stability, and as I said, he's not able to get a draw. Now, where I stand with Slot, it will be marked at the end of the year, and that is calendar year. So match week 18, which will be Boxing Day to the 28th, Boxing Day to Sunday, 26th to the 28th. Now, let me tell you people this, right? Out of those 6 match weeks coming up, 5 of them are in December. A total of 5 of them are in December. We've got 1 more match week in November, and then the rest are all in December. A lot of Premier League football. 5 in 1 month. Now, throughout this, Slot basically, there's a potential 21 points on the table. Every 6 games, there's a potential 21 points to take from it. We just picked up 3 from the last 21, last 6 games. We have to pick up
18, right? 18 points.
Yeah, sorry, 18, not 21. Yeah, sorry, poor maths. 18. So we just picked up 3 from the last 18.
Right.
So the next 6 now, we need to get a minimum of 12. And if we don't get 12 points by the next 6, then I'm slot out. And that means really 4 wins is 12 points. But if you get 3 wins, then you're going to need to make them up with draws here and there. Like, we need to, if we have to, and that's more realistic, I'll be honest. Like, but we need to know how to draw and pick up some stability, bro, because that's the issue. So with me saying that, me feeling like I'm slot out, the reason why I'll be slot out by then is because that would be 12 months of poorness. It'll be 18 months, 4 months of greatness right off the back of the manager leaving, who was one of the greatest managers in the Premier League of all time. Yeah. And then the next 12 months have been really bad, I'll be honest. But we spent $500 million. Yeah. So now we're coming into January now. Do we give you a 1/10 billion, 100 million to spend in Jan? Or do we now maybe need to look? Because I'm hearing links of he admires this midfielder and thing and this, that. What if the other managers got different plans for that defender? Can we just give you now? Because we need to really look at it like this. Can we just now give you this 100 million to spend now? Then we give you $500 million and look. So now we got to really look. And not only that, the form has continued from before the money and after. Yeah. It didn't change a thing. Yeah. So we got to really look at the next 6 games, how that looks. And from tomorrow, from Monday, there needs to be staff at Liverpool looking at managers in Europe, to be honest. Because now we've judged the first 6, the next 6 has happened. The form we're on is relegation form. So that's why we're on relegation form. I looked at a table of the last 8 games.
Yeah.
Liverpool are 19th, if the table is based off that.
Yeah.
So, and form, right, the first 6 where we were top, 5 out of 6 we won, it don't matter, because form only matters your last 6, because form is only about trying to make an accurate prediction for the future.
Yeah.
So what happened all those months ago don't even matter now, it's irrelevant. With form, we can only look at your last 6. So now, yeah, a lot of it to me is based on the 6, because as the trajectory is going, is we will end up getting relegated. You've got to really think about it. The next 6 means you've played all 19 teams, sorry. This is where you place now. Where we are at the end of the table, if we're not in the top 5, it's basically slot out, really, to me. We got to look at not only the form thing and getting that many points, which is 12 of the next 18.
Yeah.
Also, are we in the top 5 at this point? And if not,
Where you right now?
we're mid-table, so I believe we're 10th or maybe 11th. That sums up. We've had championship. First 6 was championship.
Form.
Last 6 relegation.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle. So your next 6 now is very important. And I'll be honest, it's not looking great. And I'll say why. Salah will be gone. Now that could end up being a blessing in disguise. You don't have a right back. I don't think he'll have a right back for this. So you're going to need to figure out what you're going to do there. And yeah, man, there's things that cost him this mistake. Like, I just mentioned this to you recently. But when you look at the deadline day, on the deadline day, I remember that week, on the Monday, we brought Isaac. It was confirmed that Isaac deal on the Monday of deadline week.
Yeah.
And then the deadline day drama happened with Gahey.
Yeah.
Should have been the other way around. And we didn't. That little mistake
Who's that on?
could have, whether that's on him, whether there was a miscommunication or failure of communication. Because when we just signed Ekatike, I said the next one needs to be Gahey, like the defender. That definitely. I'm hearing the Isaac or the priority. I said this. I knew. So someone, if I knew, I'm predicting these people to know, bruv, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So somewhere, something happened where there was a failure of communication. Maybe there was a failure to make people understand how significant that is, maybe.
Yeah.
Because if you really believe in something, then you need to make them understand, no, I've seen a lot of these sports documentaries. The greatness happens from someone really fighting for their idea. Do you understand? I'm not going to lie, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So, like, it should have been that. Once we signed Ekatike, the confirmation should have been Gahey.
Yeah.
And then Isaac is the one where hopefully deadline day drama, like Gahey, we almost got it in, but we didn't get it in. But does it matter much? No, because we've got Ekatike.
Yeah.
So now, January, we revisit that, or whatever happens.
Yeah. But the damage is already done, you're saying?
Yeah, the damage is done. It was flipped. And that little mistake there could have cost him the thing. Because now you've got to work with the defenders you have up until the year. Because for me, from the year, the staff should be looking now at managers. Because from around the 20th of Jan, if the form and trajectory isn't following the path, then that's when really these conversations with these managers need to start happening now.
Yeah.
And if by match week, basically on the new year, if it's got to be a chop, right, as we start the new year and fresh thing, then it'll have to be that, and then we give the manager the signings. So they should be looking now at the managers in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a few I wouldn't mind. Eddie Howe looks like he might need a new challenge. There's a few he understands the Prem. There's a few already, I'll be honest. Like, and it might be difficult to take him from Newcastle after the Isaac thing. Everything might be mad to do something like that. But gosh, he can work with Isaac. So look, like, I know that's what I mean. Now, from Monday, tomorrow at 8 a.m, these are the thoughts that now staff at Liverpool will now need to start be thinking about, to be honest. So to me, I'm looking at the next 6 fixtures.
Yeah.
as hey, you're gonna need to we've got a structure as big as to me. You just want to defend, get everyone on a defensive vibe. Just literally training sessions should just be pressing, about shape, about covering, pressing, just those type of drills. The goals will come on the pitch. They'll come, especially if you don't make them attack in training. They're gonna be so hungry for goals. This team needs to know how to defend, bro. They need structure and balance. Yeah, net six a huge one. So
I do kind of agree. Like, on one hand, I do think how much blame should be put towards the club, because Edwards and all these guys get so much praise for their work and that, and you make these big sales and all this shit, but like, I think it was their fault that between the 3 contracts that were running down, you lost the best option of those 3, which I think both of us agree on.
Yeah, Trent.
You lost the best long-term option. Obviously, nothing you can really do about the tragedy, all of this stuff. But then I believe it's their fault that Isak Guehi preferred option happens. I think that's on them. I don't know. Like, they just got too excited
on the board, the Liverpool board, behind the scenes.
Yeah, like, and I hear what you're saying. I do agree with what you're saying. If Slot wanted to fight, but they just thought they could do both. But their man was just after Isak for so long, and it's just like. Yeah, I get it, because Isak's doing the most to make sure it happens. So it's like, it's right there for you. You can't really say no, but how are you not getting both of these done? And then the work, like...
Isak was... The rumours for both of them are strong, that deadline week, and I know Isak got confirmed first, straight away on that Monday.
Yeah.
And then Guehi's was... And I know there was so much with Palace, but... bringing Guehi in wasn't treated with the right significance at all. Like, as soon as Ekitike, we got him in, all of the drama with Isak about, this, that should have been with Palace. That drama started like a week and a half before.
One's making it easy, but one's making it easy for you, the other isn't. The other's a professional and loves Palace enough to not do that, whereas the other one felt he's taken Newcastle as far as he could. He's done he won the cup for them, and they don't win cups. He's already like a legend there.
Yeah.
I've done everything, I'm ready to go, and I'm going to make sure I go.
Yeah.
So it's understandable that that's easy to confirm first, because he's doing the most for it.
If we failed to get in Guehi, then it should have been another. That's what I mean. The position wasn't treated with the significance that... And Leone weren't the option, because he's too young. Like, really, we should be getting... What I want us next season, the defenders I want us to have, ideally, and it's mad for me to say it after this performance just now, but Van der Ven, obviously Kanate if he wants to stay. That's up to him if he wants to stay. But Van Dijk, Van der Ven, Guehi, Gomez, and Kanate if he wants to stay. And we obviously need to start thinking about phasing out Van Dijk. But either way, there's options, and there's options in the market. It weren't treated with the significance. A defender overall, a centre-back, was not treated with the same significance as getting Isak in. And someone will pay for that, I'm afraid. Now, it might not be Slot, bruv. He might... His next 6 games are huge, the biggest 6 games of his career, because we're now at that point where we're judging your 18 months. And you've only performed good in 4 out of the... So far, it's been... How many did I say? 12 months. So now...
I think you said 10, because of summer and shit.
Yeah, because of summer and all that. But now, like, you now need to... It's, you know what I mean? We're at a turning point, bro.
To be fair, you actually made, like, a great, breakdown of everything. Like, and to be fair, it's even made me kind of pull back on some of the things I had in regards to your point. So, like, one thing I was thinking, basically, would be that I can't really blame Slot that Wirtz can't fucking pass the ball. Like
that's bullshit, though. Do you know how many
he's
No. That's
so, like, when you're too weak,
he's pass creative. He's very weak, but not passing the ball.
Bruv, City.
Don't get twisted. He takes one touch too many almost every time. He should have shot. He takes an extra touch, or he doesn't have that time in the Prem, right? Fine, but at the same time, you can't. The thing is with Slot, what we also need to look at is like he needs to start thinking about changing the formation, bro. You got to play to these players' strength. If we need to do 5 in the back, do 5 in the back if you have to, because we need to be hard to pass through the lines and get goals against. Like, you got to now start, like, even rotating within the formation isn't working. Like, that's what I mean, is that when I say we need to change, we need to see, like, actual change, maybe, like, on the pitch, maybe two strikers.
Verts has done things that I don't think is a systematic issue. Like, that City game when he was off the left, and I was just like, what the fuck are you? Like, when he was kind of cutting inside, and then the run was, like, happening there, and he just kind of missed past it. And I was just thinking, how is this guy a top fucking player? Like, I can't put that on Slot. I'm so bad. Like, Verts has been unbelievably bad.
He didn't
like,
play.
He's let him down. Bench. He's let him down, big time. I'm sorry, like, he's let him down.
Probably. Like, some people could probably say he's let him down, but at the same time, what about Szoboszlai? Look at how Szoboszlai has. That's a rotational piece. As a manager, like, alright, so Verts came in, let him down, but who was his competition? Szoboszlai, who's come and been the best player of the season. Right. So then it's like a give and take. You work with what you have.
Right.
So if then that means now you can't do Verts and this, that, if you need to do... Like, why didn't Ekitike start yesterday? Just because I guess you can say he's been a little bit out of form. Yeah. And Isak's now back to, like, fit, match startness fit.
Plus he started your last 3-0 loss.
Yeah. So, like, I guess there's arguments, but I think Ekitike could have started. Like, Isak's now come on, it's another, like... And then it's just, it's very difficult. His situation's very difficult. I do give him that. It's very, but I'm sad, I'm still slotting. But the next month, the next couple months is so significant in his career, bro. It's so significant in my opinion, because I don't know if I agree. The one thing is that, now this is the one thing I won't mind. Let's say he's we're on poor form where we're looking like we're going to finish not even in a European spot, right? But he keeps climbing into the Champions League. It's like you're basically at a point now where the Champions League is like your survival. Like, as soon as you get knocked out of the quarters or the round of 16, you get sacked. It's like, it can get to that point where it's like, and then we just got to keep seeing. And really, people say semis, like, I think we need to get to the finals of the Champions League. Whether we win it or not, that's like on the day, that's a thing. But if you can get to the finals of the Champions League and we finish outside of the top 6, then maybe, then that's maybe the only... Acceptable, but it'll be volatile, bro, because it'll be every Champions League game be so big. As soon as we don't win, he's gonna get sacked the next day, type of thing. Like, because the form we're on is relegation form. People need to understand this, bro. It's not we're on relegation form, and it's gonna be all of the games we've played, like all the teams we played. So then you got to really project and think about things. Obviously, January can change things, but. Yeah, bro, things aren't looking good.
I'm trying to think of...
Easier games, though. It should be theoretically easier, but, you shouldn't have that mentality. So
honestly. No, I'm trying to think of managers that have, like Slot's done, won a league and then been under this amount of pressure.
It's never happened.
No, Ranieri.
Oh, yeah, at Leicester.
But, and that was harsh because it's like, Leicester are meant to be fighting relegation.
Yeah.
What? And, like... after that season they lost Kante and Mahrez. So it's like, how was they expecting? But obviously he got sacked.
Our circumstances so different to that.
That's what I'm saying. But like, if he could get sacked, is my point. If he could get sacked even that following season, because they were he didn't deserve it. I agree. Yeah. But if he can get sacked after doing Leicester
does the impossible, loses Mahrez, we lost a lot of players, but we brought in so much. Like, we spent a lot of money. We didn't bring in more players, but we spent almost... so we just didn't spend the money well. Klopp didn't do this. Klopp is well known for making the most with... making the most with spending a little. He always brings up value. Always with players. I'm looking at us. This is like reminiscent of Man U and shit. Like, value's dropped now for players at our team, for sure. Like, Verts has definitely dropped to around 70 mil. Like, think about we spent like 117, 20 mil on him. Bro, that's bad. And then when you look at, obviously, I think he'll come back up. I do. I really believe in that with Verts. I really do. I know you feel different. I really do. It needs to be coached right. But we've got quality players. It's just, do we have a quality coach? But the quality players will be here. That's like the thing. Like, it's now at that point where it's like, and then do we give that coach January, or do we look at other coaches and say, look, we've got Verts, we've got Ekatike, we've got we've got Kirkes, new ones, we've got Gravenberg, Soboslai. How do you? We need to see other people's visions now. Like that's
so give me your managerial shortlist then. I know you said Eddie Howe, but like if you had three guys that you want.
Eddie Howe, obviously, I heard Zidane say that like he's. I heard him say that he's going to be managing soon. I do think that is for France after the World Cup though. But that's maybe unlikely, but that will be a nice one. It's peak because it's so short notice, because Alonso would obviously be in there, but I don't know because it's so short notice. Maybe Fabregas, and the reason why I say these names is because when I look at Arteta, right, and I look at Arsenal, well, they're going to win the league now, Arsenal for sure, but Arteta understands the Prem. He just and Klopp understood the Prem well. Like even when you look at Klopp, who he had at Dortmund, personnel, a lot of like techie short, like Sahin and Gundogan and Royce and Gertz, not Royce, sorry, Gertze, and Royce came later, Kagawa, and these short techie ones. And when he comes to the Prem, Emre Can, Henderson, because he understands the physicality when he first got here, right? And then with Arteta like started playing at Everton maybe in 2005 or something like. He's 04, 05. He's been in this country for 20 years under English football. He understands the game here. Do you understand? He understands the physicality and how important that is and all of that. And it's like Fabregas understands that too. Like I think Eddie Howe understands that too. Like I don't think. When I say Slot's a fraud, it's weird because he is a decent manager, but maybe this league is like sometimes these Dutch managers, they love addicted to this like technical pretty shit. Bruv, this league is an element of that is required for sure, but it's physical as well, mate.
Pep won with them techie.
Yeah, but Pep, I hate it when people use Pep because what they did at the time at Man City, and a lot of other teams are catching up to it a bit now. But in terms of, they were the only team that can afford to have the depth they could have, like on the bench, the quality of players on the bench. No one else could compete with that. And we were the main ones trying to, Liverpool. No one could. Do you understand? They had like world-class players on the bench. Teams are kind of catching up to that now. Where you're seeing a little bit with us, even a little bit, but not even fully because we've got these injury issues and shit. But I don't really like using Pep because a lot of Pep, we always beat them on a double, Liverpool. The reason they're always able to win the league was because they have the depth of the a season comes with injuries. It's that, well, Mahrez come off the bench if Silva gets injured. Like, you can't compete with that. Like, it's Alvarez, like, you just come off the bench and get some goals. Like, these are starting at any other side. So, I don't like using Man City, to be honest. And then with other teams, yeah, that's like how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
I do agree that when I look at that Liverpool team, you look quite small and weak. Like when I see your fullback, well, Kirkes at left back, Verts and McAllister midfield combination.
It's so small. It's very small and weak, bro. Like I like the players, but we're not physical enough. And what will Cesc Fabregas understand physicality? Yes. Like thing in the Prem, does he understand the league and stuff? I know you probably might not like the sound of that. Like, can he come and try and be motivated by like Arteta and like the battle and like being like at Arsenal? Maybe.
There was no battle.
Huh? There won't be no battle. There won't be no battle. But maybe is there maybe some sort of motivation where you can maybe just come to Liverpool? They can have a little thing for the last.
Not really. Like, you can look at the Chelsea situation and that, but there's nothing like our story with Cesc is at this moment in time. It doesn't exist. And if he did a move like that,
you always got like
if he did that, then
he'll be like
toodles, and you're not, and he ain't competing with us on that respect. So Like, he can do that, and good luck to
He's
him.
the bottom of my shortlist though, but Zidane's the most unlikely.
Yeah.
Eddie Howe will be my
If he,
idea.
I mean, fair play if they'll do that, but you know. But I don't think there's a right. Like, we're looking, like, for example, this, obviously we'll get onto the other topics next and shit, but like this Bayern game coming up, this is interesting because you got Pep's two sons. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're looking more at shit like that, like the big dogs at the big clubs.
Oh yeah, company.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he'll probably succeed Pep, I think.
absolutely.
Yeah, man. But bruv, we've covered a lot. But that's really how I feel right now with Liverpool. The next is a turning point. The next 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, big. But yeah, man. Speaking of Arsenal, let's get on to their result. Obviously, we just watched. You went to Gunners Park.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, no, I'll just watch it from here. But yeah, it's looking like they're gonna win this league 4-1 to Arsenal versus Spurs. Yeah, good game, man. It was a good game. Nice back and forth game. Well, not back and forth. A lot of goals come from one end, but it started good. Like, it started well. And then, yeah, Arsenal just ran away with it, to be honest. But, yeah, I mean, I'll go first because you've got a lot more to speak about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, I do believe... I know last week, well, the last episode, I said I think the title race is more open than it seems.
Yeah.
But at this point, I've come to the conclusion that it's Arsenal's. Like, it is theirs to lose now at this point, because all the competing sides, they just lack, like, in quality. Like, they lack the consistency. You see Man City again. Chelsea will lose again soon. Like, Liverpool will, like, who knows with us, it's likely that we'll lose too. Like, all of the potential. And then, let's be honest, I just don't think... Sorry to feel this way, I don't think teams like Sunderland and that are serious competitors, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is all down to Tottenham aren't gonna... We just saw what we saw. They're not. So it's gonna be... It's a weak pool, which is what Slot had last season. It's a weak pool of teams you're going up against.
Yeah.
So, and then Arsenal are just the most accomplished in every area of the field. Players get injured, centre back, their main one, doesn't matter, bro. It's like they should have got a clean sheet, really. It was like a wonder goal. So, like...
Share your sentiments on Tottenham, because obviously that last game when they lost to Chelsea and then they had that little manager-player interaction.
Yeah, and they're my dark horses, remember, at the beginning of the season.
Do you think they're like not a little crisis, but...
They're in something weird, because with Thomas Frank they're in something weird with the big games, and the way he sets up for big games is like, it needs to change. Like, I get it with the fan base, the way he sets up for these games needs to change. He needs to understand this isn't Bournemouth no more. Like, they've got the quality. Brentford. They've got the quality to really come at, like, teams, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've got some of the better... I just mentioned Van der Ven, Romero, they got Paulina, who was at Bayern, like, a couple months ago. Xavi Simons, people rave about him.
He's been awful.
Yeah,
he's been, like, burnt. Well,
Jed Spencer's one of the better fullbacks in the league. Like, they've got good quality, bro. Udogie's good too. Like, him and the Saka battle was interesting today.
Yeah.
But he's decent too, you know. So they've got quality, bro. Like, and when you've got quality, then you need to... He comes to approaches these games with the wrong mindset. Like, they didn't even think about how they're going to play against Arsenal in the middle, which in the middle they could be got at, bro. Like, you can press the Marino, Rice and Zubamendi hard. That's like how the goal came. Yeah. So, like... That, but it came too late. Like, that type of... How Xavi Simons didn't start this one, because when he did come on, he has been back, but when these are the games you want him on, because if you're setting up to defend, when he did come on, he was looking for passes and moving, he was quite active. And I think players like that should start these type of games if you're got a defensive mindset, to be fair. So, I think it's on Thomas Frank more when I'm looking at this, like, Tottenham thing. It is a mini crisis. I think they're definitely still better off with him than What's his name again? The last manager.
Post.
And he's been every. I forgot about him, but he's definitely better than him. So Tottenham fans will have to be patient with Thomas Frank. But yeah, like he also needs to like adapt, man. He needs to understand. But that will probably come in the Champions League a little bit in some of those games, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But we'll have to see with that situation there. But yeah, just going back into the match, like, yeah, I think Tottenham approached it with the wrong mentality first and foremost. That goal, the first goal, like Trossard's touch, that pass by Marino was fucking impeccable. Like, I won't lie, like one thing about the Spanish thing and having these Spanish manners, they can just pass. It's like just in their DNA. Even he looks like. He's not like techie like that, but he can pull out a decent pass. He's Spanish. It's like just the culture of where they're from. So like, that was a nice goal. Like I can't lie. And then Eze just left off. He proper sent Tottenham a message, bro, because obviously they wanted to sign him. Yeah. Ended up going Arsenal. Yeah. And then, yeah, he just really, like, he had vitriol towards them, man, bro, on the pitch. Like, just punishing. That's like the first hat-trick in the North London derby in, like, in years, they were saying, you know, like 40 years or something. So, yeah, like, it was a bit mad still.
Yeah, no, I don't think Kane would have gone.
Yeah, no, not even mad. Like, it's interesting what you mentioned to me earlier, that has Odegaard in the 10 role had a performance like that? Has he got a hat-trick for Arsenal or had a performance like that in a big game, big one, big six, as you like to you like to put a lot of importance on the big six, so yeah, how do you feel about that?
I'm buzzing, man, like proper buzzing. The thing with the game is like the Eze moments was so good because it's the most passion I've seen from him. Like he's normally so nonchalant with his little cross celebration thing, but even today he can hide that. Like the history that's there, like involved in that regard. Like obviously turning them down and going there. Obviously he's a London man as well, so he knows what it means. Yeah, man, it was so good, man. But like in the game, like I think we started okay. Obviously, when the lineup comes out, it's like, okay, he can pick, because I did think Mosquera would be
okay.
Yeah, I thought because he's just he's more adjusted to the Premier League than Hikampi is at this stage. He's played far more games at centre back as well. Height and stuff.
He played at RCB, correct?
No, but he's played LCB as well. There was what game was it that he came in for Gabriel? I can't remember what game. Maybe it was in one of the cups, but we know that he's played LCB before. So I thought Arteta might still just do it. So I was surprised now. Like obviously last week I was when I did the catch-up episode, I was speaking on Hikampi. Like I want to see Hikampi start over Calafiori at left back, because of what City did with Vardial, which I like, and then obviously to a lesser extent Bassi, where they've moved these players that have played left back have ended up coming into centre back, and their game's more well rounded because of that experience at full back. And I did want to see that with Hikampi. I know some people think that Calafiori might end up playing centre back as well, but I don't think he's got the concentration. And I don't think he's that sensational a defender. Like every good thing I see from Calafiori is in the last third in their half. Like I can't remember too many great defensive moments from him, so I don't think that should be the focus. But Hikampi is a proper defender and has the same like defensive passion Gabriel has. So I think that's a better option for us. And I guess in a way he's played left back so much in his career anyway that maybe that development's already there anyway. So I still want to see it in this league though, because this league is different to the German league. We've spoke about Wirtz and all we even had that segment a couple eps ago about Bundesliga flops and stuff. So I don't really use that league to reference what players might do over here. But he's played more than enough games in his career at left back to say, do you know what? Maybe he's had that bit of development now. He's probably okay at covering channels and stuff, and maybe you can actually just speed that process. Let's just get to it now. And he's unlucky because if it wasn't for Zubimendi's mistake slash Raya, he's got a clean sheet in his full debut.
Yeah, he had one really nice clearance.
Yeah. So solid from him, solid from the whole back line. And yeah, man, Eze, I'm really happy for Eze, man. Like, I think he's like he needed a performance like that, because there's been a lot of doubts on him in this position particularly. I think he's done well this season so far. He scored some important goals. He's had some important moments overall. Like scored against his former club. That was a big goal for us. I think, did we end up winning that 1-0? No, I think 2-0 maybe. But he scored a goal when we were struggling to break them down. And then the assist against City was a big, like, clutch assist, that Martinelli goal. So, like, I don't think he's been as bad as a lot of people are saying, but I do hear it in terms of all-round game. Maybe what Odegaard gives you, Eze struggled to give us that. So I do hear it, and I'm still on the type of time of Eze left wing once Odegaard gets back.
Fine. So what, drop Trossard?
That's the issue.
Yeah,
so
it's like
it's hard to do.
Honest, at this point now, Trossard's arguably been one of his best players.
It's hard to do, but Trossard is not having great games. He's scoring big goals. And that, when you put that into context, it's like...
But that's what people argue for Salah for us for so many years.
But when Salah's not scoring, like this season, you'll see how absolutely shocking
Which definitely isn't the case for Trossard. So when, let's say Odegaard gets fit by next match week, you drop Trossard.
Well, not this, because obviously these games are huge, so I wouldn't just throw Odegaard in after being months out. But I think after this difficult week we've got, I think we can rotate a bit, put it that way. And I think, because we do have to get our captain in the team, and Eze is a big signing. Not a big... for me, maybe I know Gyökeres, there's a lot of expectation on him, and then Zubi and stuff. But Eze is up there as one of a big signing as well. So
expected to start signing.
Exactly. Yeah. So my thing is always, because Trossard was doing the same impact off the bench anyway, like super sub and that. So I don't think much changes. Like Trossard's overall 90 minutes isn't that great still. It's just he still comes up with big moments though, and I love him for that. But he's not having like blinder performances overall. So I don't think it's too much of an issue to even... Now, my thing with that was that if you do drop Trossard, goals have to replace that. Like, you have to have someone that replaces his output, because like I said, we're still waiting on Gyökeres. And to be honest, Saka's not delivering the numbers. Like, if we're going to start being honest, Saka's not been delivering the numbers that we want him to deliver. That is the honest truth. So
and good open play goals from Arsenal today. Because felt the gap of Gabriel not in the corners today.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're able to generate.
Yeah, but I've always been convinced that it wouldn't be an issue. Like I think that narrative was overblown. Like Gabriel scored one headed goal this season in the league. So when you think about that, and then people say set piece FC and that, it's like, but he only scored one.
It's not about the goals though. He gets bare assists from corners. Like he does a little header tap down.
One goal and 1 assist.
It gets scrappy, then it just ends up in the back of the net. Like, that's happened a few times this season.
But 1 goal and 1 assist for a team that gets called you can only score from corners is basically a false narrative. Yeah. Like, it's always been a false narrative. Like, it's just such a big moment, and we thrive off them so much that people use that. But I've always been convinced that we create chances. It's just about players being clinical, and today we saw that. Yeah. And even with that, it's like, I just think it's good for us for sure. But yeah, man, like Eze, so with the Trossard Eze debacle, right? Like if you can replace Trossard's efficiency in terms of output, then you've got your answer. Because Eze, the big thing with Trossard is he's the most comfortable between the lines in receiving the ball.
Yeah.
On the side where you've got Declan Rice, not really great between the lines. Calafiori, quite sloppy on the ball as well. He does
his touches are bare far.
He's not that techie with it. Like it's weird because he will score the maddest techie goal ever. But then when in terms of his general play, put it this way, he's not a Skelly or a Zinchenko at left back, far off that. So our left, and then you had Gabriel at left centre back for most of the time as well. So that left side is so flawed technically that Trossard's importance is so high because he's the only one that can come short to receive it, make a little turn, and then do his thing. But Eze can do that. Like Eze is very just as comfortable, if not more comfortable than Trossard in those moments. But then can you score the goals he's doing? And now he's proven that a hat trick. You scored a couple already before this. You've shown that you can produce a big assist. If he can do that, then I think you've already solved this Odegaard Eze problem. But the competition's great. The competition's great at the end of the day. Eze's still making it hard, and then you can still argue that can Eze score those same type of goals from the left because you're in different scenarios now. You're asked to play a whole different game. He's probably going to be a bit further wide. Do you know, like the way we use our 10 as well, the 10 presses with the number 9 a lot. So Odegaard used to be a great presser and organise the press so well. That's why when people talk about his captaincy, it's but people don't see, if you watch our full games, you'll see that he's the one that drags everyone up, knows when to press at the right time. He's the second striker off the ball. So, and Eze's adapting to that quite well now, and it was interesting because he had an interview with, he did a sit down with Akinfinwa, which I liked, and it was good to see because obviously they played together in the championship when he had a loan, and Nigerian brother, so he's supporting his pod and that, and it was nice to see him, the things he was talking about, and he praised Arteta a lot and stuff, but you could see there's so much that he still knows that he's learning, that he knows he's got to adjust, and he knows that he's at a completely different level to what he was doing at Palace. Do you know what I mean? So, he's developing so much at centre mid at 8 that it's do you actually want to restart that whole development and change it again, or do you just keep him and Odegaard going at it? Maybe you just keep him at the 8, but it'll be interesting. It's a good problem regardless. It's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. But I still would I think our football would be mental with him left. If you get him and Odegaard in the same team, a bit separate, not both as 8s, because we need control in the game. So if you still can keep Zubimendi in the team, have Odegaard 8 as a left wing, I think the football would be so fluid and
techie.
Techie. That's what we're used to, man.
Bro, let's get to this moment in the game. That wonder goal from Richarlison. Because obviously you've got your opinions about that goal and some things you want to cover regarding the whole situation. But that goal by Richarlison, where he's lobbed Raya basically from the halfway line. When he went for it, I was like, okay, but then the closer you're like, oh shit, it's actually gonna lob him, top bins almost. Mad shot. But how do you feel about that goal? Because you were expressing some things to me earlier.
So firstly, Zubimendi sloppy. And to be fair, it wasn't Zubimendi's best game. When we were watching it, I was saying when Zubimendi's not completing passes properly, it's a bit of an issue, because that's, for me, that's minimum I expect from him. He's not physical like that. He gets across quite well. He reads the game well, even defensively, but he can't go into duels like that, like a Declan Rice. So I always expect everything almost flawless from him on the ball, really, to be honest, because if you are also looking at a situation where you're moving on from Odegaard, it seems like Arteta's given him a lot of that responsibility that Odegaard had in terms of the second phase as well. And, he has to almost be perfect on the ball, I'm sorry. So I didn't like that error. You just run into two bodies, again, overly cocky. And maybe it's the fact of you don't quite yet understand what a North London derby is, you're new and stuff. And boy, did you learn, and you learn quick. Now you've learned what this game is. But I do blame him ultimately. But Raya's height is an issue. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you've been saying that.
I've been saying for a while. I stand on it. I've just never been a fan of a bang on 6 foot goalkeeper. Like Pepe Reina, when he was in this league, I was never a big fan of him. I've never even rated Casillas like that. I'll be honest. Like I was kind of on the side of Mourinho when he dropped him and thought that he was an issue. And even though, you know, that was a mad political debate between everyone at that club because Casillas was such a big figure at Madrid.
Yeah.
I kind of agreed with him, and later you saw when they did the 3-peat, Keylor Navas played, he's quite short too. He's quite short too, but I don't think he's bang on 6 foot. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he's bang on 6 foot like Casillas, and for me, bang on 6 foot is too short. And the advantage is obviously they can get down quicker. He's very quick, probably the quickest goalkeeper ever. Like when he who did he beat in that race? Was it Ward Prowse when he beat him in a race? He beat him in a foot race last season, which was mad. Like when he came up for a corner. So there's advantages and stuff, but Szoboszlai free kick, I stand on the fact he should have saved that. I'm sorry, should have saved that. And then when you look at it now, like losing at Anfield, when you see like what Liverpool doing, it's just such a bitter pill to swallow now, because obviously that was a big moment for us, and the choices we made in that game was poor, but then we could have got away with a point if we had a bigger keeper. And I think Raya's height is an issue, man. I'm sorry, but obviously he's still good enough to do what we want to do. But for example, that will be one of the reasons we don't get this clean sheet record, for example. Do you know what I mean? Like that will be one of the reasons we still have a ceiling on us defensively, because everything else, everyone's doing on their job. But Raya, his height, you can't get lobbed from there. I'm sorry. Like when it's going in slowly, I'm thinking, oh wait, what? And then I'm thinking, okay, tip it over. And then it just goes in, and I'm like, bruv, this is shocking. Like, it's shocking. And I'm just I think he holds us back in that regard. And it makes sense why we wanted Joan Garcia, who's now at Barcelona, through the whole summer when we were chasing him. Clearly the club identified that issue. And I think, you know, we could do better in that regard. But it is what it is. Like, we move on next game, but I just want Raya to be more mature in his game as well. Why has he got to be that far out? And then even in times when he just gets bored in goal and just does dumb shit to show, it's almost like he wants to show, play hero ball. He wants to show how good he is, in comparison to the defense, and show that I'm part of this too, and let me show you what I can do. It's just just be mature, wait your turn. When you're tested, you then make the save and you keep it moving. That's what the great goalkeepers do, that are big clubs. They wait, they're not tested that often, but they wait for their turn and then they do it. But sometimes these goalies that are used to being at small clubs, because they're so actively in the game, because at Brentford you're going to be facing mad shots all game. Ramsdale had that issue too. These men get bored and then they just do shit just to show what they're because they're just not used to waiting around for so long. But you've got to switch your mentality. So that was a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Other things regarding that game as well, it's a shame that goal happened though, because I think we could have made subs. Once we got to 3-0, we scored straight away in the second half. I think we could have started to say, okay, let's rest some players now, Bayern come in, all of this. But it seemed because of that goal, it was okay, let's hold back now, because obviously the two players you're thinking of bringing on, Madueke, and in my head I was thinking of Martinelli maybe to get some fitness in his game. One of them had to get a run out today for sure. You want to be careful now, because you don't want a player that's very rusty in a situation where the game's not comfortable yet. So I think that goal we conceded was really annoying in that regard. But I'm happy with the changes he made. I think Eze could have come off for a standing ovation, but it's cool. It was interesting. He put Eze ended the game striker though, false nine. Very, very interesting, because that's also, and I think he's played there a bit before at Palace, just a couple times.
That is interesting.
Very, very interesting, because if you get the right wingers on, fast wingers there, and he can receive between the lines, then that's a way to get Odegaard in the team. And we've made it work with Marino. We've made it work with Havertz, who's not naturally a striker. Arteta's showing that you can kind of make it work with these type of players, and it's very, very interesting, and it brings a new conversation to the table. But yeah, man, overall, very happy. Happy some of the kids got out there as well. Happy to smoke them 4-1. Should have got a clean sheet, but it's cool, we move on. And then obviously Bayern's a big one, and
it's a big week for Arsenal.
Big week.
Especially with all the points dropped as well.
Yeah.
I think this week's made it look like, they're probably gonna win the title.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie.
In regards to that, the reason I'm not getting carried away is because obviously Chelsea are the closest team to us right now.
Yeah.
And what Liverpool did last season, in terms of out of nowhere, no one, let's be real, no one expected, even their fans didn't expect. When you've just lost Klopp, you've just lost Klopp. You know, there's uncertainty around the place and stuff. No one was looking at Liverpool as potential league winners.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, they did it. And obviously, Liverpool have been a top side in the last 5 years. It's been them, City, and then we've kind of crept into it. But they've, we didn't expect it. So Chelsea are a big enough club where you just look over the shoulder a bit. I'm just saying for how I'm feeling.
Who's won it in their team? Where's the experience?
No one's won it, but there's players there that have won a trophy there. I know it's just Conference League, but...
What, the Club World Cup or the...
Yeah, and Reece James has won. Reece James has won. Reece James has won.
Yeah,
Enzo's won a World Cup.
Yeah.
Enzo's won a World Cup.
I do see what you mean though.
I'm just cautious.
They're flying under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm just cautious. That's it. I'm not scared or frightened. I'm just I'm just not ready to say we've done it yet.
But they it's difficult to compare them to us last, because they haven't been as good as we like. Last season we did it under the radar. But similar to Arsenal, every position in our team, attack, defence and midfield, there was no faults last season. We defended almost as well as Arsenal last season. Our record, it was really good. And with Chelsea, their defence, they can't do it. Especially, and the big reason why I don't think they can do it is because the next month, I do think they might start to crumble a little bit in the next few months because of the Club World Cup. They played the season, did the Club World Cup, play the season. They haven't had much of a break, bro, and it's gonna catch up to them soon. That's why they've got the depth and spend the money, but I think it's gonna catch up to them soon.
Well, get through that game with a win, then I'll be very much on your side. But we're looking ahead to Bayern as well quickly. This is a huge game, man. This is a huge game. I mentioned in the last little sit down that Bayern, obviously our history with them is mad, and obviously they've slapped us so many times, and even under Arteta we've lost to them. So that's a huge game though. That's such a big game, and and then obviously you've got two of Pep's students or sons or whatever you want to call them.
You both haven't lost yet in the Champions League.
Haven't lost yet, so someone's record is getting affected. It's getting affected. It's at home. We got to be up for that. It's going to be interesting the team selection he makes, because do you bring a Lewis Skelly in now? Because I think in the Champions League.
Oh, you mean Arteta?
Yeah. I think Lewis Skelly in the Champions League is very good.
Yeah,
so
that's going to be interesting for your defence. Diaz, Kane, and Gnabry. Is there front three?
Olise. Yeah, it's a good front three. Kane's got a great record against us.
It's a good test for your defence. Because I think my point with is that I think Arsenal have lacked some of the big games. Obviously, Tottenham was meant to be that. They didn't come with that energy and attitude today. But this is going to be a proper test, I think. To be fair, you know what I'm saying? The tests we've had, City and Liverpool, to me, the proper tests we've had. Because I don't think Atletico were one either. We beat them too. I think only us and City. And
Newcastle's a bit. They're our bogey team.
For you guys, But when you look at those teams, they're doing really bad. Do you know what I mean? Not those, but Newcastle and Atletico. That's why for them, both of them a bit.
But then Newcastle beat City just now. People were saying City are in this race. So
this game coming up is big, because this is the first game of two teams of a similar level on similar form. Do you understand? Similar. I think you've caught a lot of teams that are similar level but not on the same form. But now we've got two, so it's going to be a very interesting test.
Not to mention they've got the advantage of their league being so weak that they can kind of like obviously like for us, for example, Gyökeres, our main striker, is going to be missing.
Yeah.
And then we've just come off a North London derby, and we've got to think about Chelsea on the weekend.
Yeah. They can put all their attention.
Yeah, they can put all their. They've probably been
yeah.
planning for this since the international break. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, it's different circumstances, but you know, we've got home advantage.
Keeps you sharper though. That's always
Yeah.
like a double edge. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a positive pro and a con with
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
Like, yeah.
But yeah,
Cancels each other out.
we've got to we've got to turn up for that, and you know, I really want 9 from 9 in this week coming. Like, I think, you know, today is already one down, 2 to go, and this is what I was saying after the Sunderland defeat, and obviously I didn't speak straight away after that game, but when, you know, I spoke last week, I was saying that's why I wasn't panicked. And the I know Arsenal fans were melting down like, oh, this is a nightmare, but I was saying, no, just calm down. Like, Sunderland are good, and also we scored 2 over there, and we played there without an attack. Like, we had nothing on the bench. And, you know, City then dropped points, and all of a sudden we're back to where we were before that match day. So, you know, like, now things are back, and let's just relax. Like, not every defeat is a crisis, or drop points is a crisis, and that's the level we're at now. We're looking at draws as defeats now, which is, but the way we've been consistent through the whole season is crazy. So let's give the boys credit, give the manager credit, and let's keep going, man. But this is a huge week. 1 down, 2 to go. So let's keep going.
Yeah, man. No, it's so far so good for Arsenal, for sure.
Yeah.
But again, massive one coming up. Bayern, I think their biggest test of the season so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So really, we kind of covered it. But it was about Chelsea and City. Are they in the title race? I think Liverpool are out. Top 4 is obviously our goal. Is at this point for sure. So yeah, and obviously you said about Chelsea, but how do you feel about City? No.
Yeah, man, I just don't think City are the same team. Like, like I said, we're still haunted from them mentally because of the teams that have denied us the 2 when we were ready to go for it was City. So, like, I do feel they're a team to still watch out for, and they are capable of a big run.
Yeah.
But I just think we're better than them, and I'm not too concerned about them. But, you know.
Yeah, no, I hear that, man. I hear that, bro.
Yeah.
But so I was thinking we can have a little coverage of the international, just a small coverage of it, really, because obviously England. Mainly, I want to cover, like, for you, how would you line up now, like, so far with the league so far and the season? The World
for
Cup.
England?
Yeah, for England.
You're saying
World
if...
Cup. What's your 11 now? Because to me, that's been the big conversation. Who do we start? This, there, like, so far with what you've seen. And that Anderson bodied us, by the way. Liverpool, he bodied that game.
Oh, yeah.
So, go on.
You're saying if the World Cup starts tomorrow?
Yeah. Like, so far with what you've seen and what would be your 11?
To be fair, I didn't watch the last England game, which now that I know who's that goalie up, Henderson, Dean Henderson played, I would have liked to see that because I think he's a good keeper, and even though Pickford's not done too much wrong in an England shirt to really drop him, I think the competition's healthy, and you know, Henderson just won a couple trophies with Palace and stuff, so he's performing and he's been at United, so he's been at big clubs, and he's performing at a level now where I think a conversation could be had. So I think that's a TBD to be decided, like, for me personally. Like, I would still go Pickford to be safe, but I think there's a conversation to be had in that regard. So between those 2 in goal, I'm a big fan of Trent, like Trent TAA. But it seems like no manager has found the right formula to really make it work with him. I know he's been unavailable and injured in Tuchel's spell, and Tuchel's worked with Reece James, so it feels like Reece James will be the starting right back. Personally, I would go Trent as my. Yeah. I think I would find a way to get something out of him, but I get it. Like, Reece James is not a bad option either, so let's just go Reece James. Centre back Guehi.
Okay, and
I'll go Stones, you know.
Okay,
I would go Stones. I'll still like.
That's what he's on as well, Tuchel, I believe.
Yeah, but one thing that's made him a bit of a hypocrite in that situation is he's dropping players for not playing enough, and Stones ain't playing that City.
Yeah.
So he's got to like think hard about that situation. Because even me, like, I don't know if I would have Stones. If Stones continues not playing in the City team this season, then to throw him into a World Cup that we're expecting to win, that's still quite a big ask. So, you know...
you mean starting? You obviously...
Yeah, starting. Yeah. Yeah, maybe because of our options, like, there's not much enough better than him.
Yeah.
Like, if you got Dan Burn, be like 36 by then or something, or 34 or something. Konza's been used at right back a lot actually as well, and that's interesting. Konza should...
Wait, Konza or Kwanzaa?
Konza. Okay. Villa Konza. He's been used at right back a bit, and actually he's been quite good there. And like... Reece James, I've not seen Reece James perform well at right back in a long time. Every time I watch Chelsea, he's in midfield and shit. Yeah. So, like, Konza's an injury. Maybe I go Konza right back. And then Gay, he's centre back. And then Stones, Dan Burn. Stones or Dan Burn, I guess, for the LCB spot. If Stones plays enough, then Stones.
Yeah.
Skelly left back, Skelly or Spence left back.
Yes.
But for that left-footed preference, I'll go Skelly. Skelly, because I think he's someone that will just rise to the occasion. I think he's like what he did at Real Madrid last season is something that certain players can't ever perform like can do.
Yeah.
Like they will never play that type of level in their life. So for me, Skelly's at left back, and you know he's a level above Nico O'Reilly too. At the end of the day, like that's just a fact. Like even a Newcastle City game yesterday, like I saw him get like dusted up. Like there's no like Nico O'Reilly's not really a good player, to be honest. Like especially in combat, like Nico O'Reilly will never in his career ever like have a performance like the Madrid away at Bernabeu. Never in his life. I promise you that. I'll put anything on that right now. Everything. He will never ever perform at that level, and there's no convo between them. Everyone's locked top Salah. That ain't no stat. Everyone like this version of Salah, everyone's done it, but like everyone's dealt with him. Salah don't care himself. He's smiling when he plays shit. He's smiling and laughing when he plays shit. He don't care. So this whole Nico O'Reilly against Salah was it wasn't nothing. Like everyone's done that. Fuck, who's Forrest left back? He played for Neco Williams. He was alright against him too. Like, you put him in. Well, he's Welsh, but like, is he like so? Like Nico O'Reilly, I wouldn't take Nico O'Reilly at all. I wouldn't take him at all. I'll put Spence. I'd have Spence. Spence can play both positions, but I have Spence as that option and Skelly. And then Livramento's another option. Maybe two right-footed left backs is a bit like yes. It should be between Spence and Livra, but I think if you're making it between Skelly and Nico O'Reilly, it's got to be Skelly. Full stop. So Skelly would start. Rice and Anderson in midfield seems like what he's done, and it's worked quite well. Jude Bellingham at number 10, no discussion. Saka right wing. And then the left wing's the very interesting conversation for me. It is very interesting. Now, if you go off form...
You're about to say Eze.
If you go off form, I think he's been the best left winger this season. Like Rashford does well in the Champions League, but if you actually watch him, he doesn't do anything for Barca in the league. Like he doesn't really do anything, and like I'm sure they're even having second thoughts of should we spend? We've got to spend like.
But when you think about like the technicality of the team,
that's what I'm saying.
On the flank,
that was going to be my point.
He's obviously more of an inside Cammy type of winger.
So that was going to be my point. So if you go off form, Eze is the best choice. But if you go off balance, because you've got Kane up top, then left wing has to be it. So it is between Gordon and Rashford for balance purposes. Eze's had a far better season than both, but for balance purposes, it's between Rashford and Gordon. And I'm not too bothered on which you go with Percy. To be honest, I think like I can't remember too many great games from Rashford in an England shirt. So it's not tragic if you don't play for me. And Gordon's still playing at Champions League level this season. Premier League, he's quick, he's dynamic and stuff, and he plays all right for England and stuff. So you can either or between them.
Yeah.
And then Kane up top, obviously. But I do like the Foden false nine idea. Definitely like that. I think that is something that you can explore with in terms of your second choice striker. Yeah. And then with him.
What about Eze for that? Well, no, definitely not.
Well, he'd have to have a full season.
Because Arsenal are, you're right.
Yeah.
Because if Arteta's putting him there a little bit, then but it's Palmer and Foden in the false nine. Two ideals if we were to do that.
What would yours be?
Mine. So that's interesting though. It's a nice one. But I would probably would I stay with the Pickford? No. Yeah, I'll stay with Pickford. Like, why not? No. I do know what you mean though about Dean
winning trophies now.
Yeah, he is. He has been looking good. He has been looking good, to be fair. And then right back, I'm definitely going with Trent as well. But again, when you do add Trent though, you need to. That affects two other positions. Yeah. But the players in those positions can do the job where I would play Trent. Okay. So Trent right back. Now my centre backs now.
What positions do they affect?
Right wing and RCM. Okay. But they can do the job. Basically Rice and Saka. Like they would have to do a lot if I played Trent. It would affect their game quite a lot. But so centre back. No. I'll probably drop in Stones. Gahey for sure. Yeah. And then partner in with Gahey. Some people do like Gahey and Konza together.
Villa Konza.
Yeah, Villa Konza. Those, because I think it's like physical, quick. We did that the last competition a lot. And I think it worked well. We obviously got to the finals.
That's a good point.
Like things. So I'm probably not going to change that. I'll keep that.
That's a good point.
And then Gahey's decent technically. Like I know you feel maybe without Stones, we're missing someone who can like play out the back and pass and shit. But Gahey's okay.
No, Gahey's alright.
Yeah, he's decent at that. Right. So like, I would probably have them two centre back, and then left back now. I'm probably going Jed Spence, I'm not going to lie. And I know he's obviously not the right foot. Actually, that's a hard... Skelly being left-footed changes a lot, to be fair.
But I do get what you mean, because if you're going Trent at right back...
Yeah, that's kind of why. Because I think we need... If one of the fullbacks is a bit offensive, we need like a defensive guy who can do one-on-ones and that type of stuff. Handle quick wingers. And I think Jed Spence is better for that. You know what I'm saying? So I would go him left back. Yeah. And then, and that's if we have Trent right. But then in the middle, centre mid, I'm also going Anderson. Anderson's won my case. I was more on... Wharton. Yeah. But this season he's been cold. He played cold against us yesterday, bro. Like he was the one in the midfield making things sick out of every player in midfield. And that's including Gravenberch, McAllister, and he was doing the most. So...
Wait, say that again?
So yesterday we played Forest. He's out of all the midfielders he played the best easily. Yeah. So he's good, man. So him and Rice, and he's got the long pass in him, but he's physical. But he's got a decent long ball on him. Really,
very well rounded.
Yeah, very well rounded. So I think him and Rice is a good partnership because that protects Jude, and I think Jude has got to be the 10 as well, undoubtedly. 100%. And then right wing, I'm going Saka as well. So we have to do Kane. We have to. I know it's political. We have to do Kane, and it seems like I've got an agenda against Kane. So we got to do Kane, captain and whatnot. But I would like for him to rotate.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And see some other players in there. And same thing you said, but Palmer as a false 9. I'd love to see that a lot. Yeah. Put Palmer up there sometimes. Put Palmer as a 9 and then 2 very quick wingers I can run in behind next to him. And I'm going with Rashford on the left. Yeah. And then on the right...
You said Saka.
Saka. And then you have Madueke as well.
I was gonna say I want to throw Madueke in my left wing equation too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think he'll be my backup for Saka on the right. You got a full Arsenal right wing basically. and then I'll go Gordon Rashford on the left.
So you don't take Bowen?
No, I don't. I say stick. Unfortunately, not. I say stick with pace. But maybe there's an extra spot. But I don't know. Like, I think we need to bring Palmer. Like, the thing is, there's like 5 10s. There's Morgan Gibbs-White, who played decent yesterday as well.
Morgan Rogers.
Morgan Rogers.
Jude.
Palmer, Jude, and Foden.
Yeah.
So we can only realistically take 3 of them.
Yeah.
And to me, those are the only ones that should play 10.
So by that, you're saying Eze is a left wing now, for England.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Is that I would only take 2 right wingers, Madueke and Saka.
Yeah.
I would take Kane as a striker, right? Because it's like 26 people, so you can only take like a limit. So I would only take 3 of those cams. So then maybe there's 3 left wing options, and you take Eze as a left wing option because he can fill in that cam, which means he can do more. So the left wings would be Gordon, Rashford, and Eze.
Right.
The right wing just Madueke, Saka, and then
what's your striker?
Striker Kane, and then I think you have to bring another striker in terms
natural
of
striker. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then
you can cheat the other.
Yeah, and then that's why with the 3 10s, Bellingham, Palmer, and then it's tricky to be. I think Foden against Rodgers is tricky. I'll be honest, like that's the next battle, and it's tricky because when you really talk about the false 9, that's why to me Bellingham and Palmer gotta come. Palmer hasn't proved it, but Bellingham has played striker. I've seen him play striker like quite a few times. He can get the goals there. You feel like he can lead the line. Do you know what I mean?
But Tuchel really likes Rodgers. He really likes
that's what I'm saying. So with the Foden, it's tricky, bro. Roger, and I like Rodgers, bro. Like I like his long shot.
Yeah.
He's got a great long shot, which I think we need that a lot more. And then when you just look at Foden, he hasn't done well in the chances he's had. So like. He hasn't. Yeah. He's had a lot of chances.
It does kind of feel like it should be between Palmer and Foden. Like, to be honest, it should feel like one or the other. Like, because they're kind of the same type in profiles. Yeah, like, for me, that's the 3 10s I'm bringing. It's definitely Jude and Palmer, and then probably, like, it's Rodgers and Foden. We'll have to see how their season goes. They're the 2 that are battling to me. Like, unfortunately, Morgan Gibbs-White. Yeah, so I was going to ask you about
the equation because
he can play deep as well, though. So does that not come into your thinking or no?
No, man. I'm bringing 4 centre mids. Henderson, 100%. Rice. I know that's I know people think that's a debatable one. Like, it's controversial, but no, Henderson. You need Henderson for this, 100%. He's a leader. He's won it all.
Yeah.
He's been involved in all of the ones where we've gone far.
It does show we've got a bit of an issue back there, though.
No, Tuchel wants to bring someone like that because he.
But if he wasn't coming, what would that 4th option actually be? That is of level, like Wharton. So you're gonna say Wharton is the
So
other?
Mine is Wharton, Rice, Henderson, and
Anderson. Who would have actually challenged that?
Challenge Henderson.
Yeah, if there was an option. I think that's
the Manu.
Could be Manu, but if
he's decent for England, but he's obviously been out of it and not been playing football, so it makes it easier for the Henderson argument. And you're right, it is a bit of a.
Yeah, if Kobe Manu don't pick up like where he left off before, England have a big problem in that deep midfield because Henderson. This is going to be Henderson's last hurrah for sure. So after that, like.
I heard someone mention this, but instead of Watkins, would you bring Welbeck as a backup?
I heard this too, and actually, it's not as laughable as it feels because he's got a great record for England.
He does.
When my man was at Arsenal, when he first came to Arsenal, when I saw him for England, sometimes he'll go off on the international break and he'll be like, "Bruv, we could actually use him like on like this guy, would go to England, and he's got a fantastic England record, bruv. So." It's not the worst shout in the world, like if you're comparing it to what, because Watkins hasn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Watkins solidified second, hasn't really done anything good in ages. It feels like he's just wrapped up that second because of that semi-final goal. But when was the last time Watkins did damage in the Prem? Like it's been a minute. Like I feel.
It's lack of. He gets in through lack of competition. Like really. Solanke's like his next competition is. there's not a lot of good strikers coming out of him right
not
now.
at all.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I'll consider Welbeck, definitely. Like if he keeps going, like he's at that age though where he could fall off an absolute cliff at any minute. So you gotta be careful with that one. But if he keeps consistent to the end of the season, why not? For sure.
Yeah, no, I hear that, man.
But you don't want two old strikers too.
Yeah,
Kane
exactly.
and him, like, it's a bit.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. That's how I feel really with my team. Really, with second striker, I'm thinking false nine types.
Yeah.
Like if Kane's not a 9, then Palmer or Bellingham. To me, that's how I think it should.
And then you're remembering Rashford is an option there too.
Yeah, true. Rashford is an option there too, but I'd just prefer him off the left. I don't think he's a striker like that. It's not prolific enough, and and then false nines do a whole different job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They kind of faint and come back, allowing space for the wingers.
Which Rashford would thrive for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I guess we got question of the week.
Yeah. You wanted to you didn't touch on Niger.
Oh yeah, of course, Nigeria. Yeah, so I did want to touch on Nigeria, and just that game, man, and how it just weren't good enough from Nigeria, and mainly the manager, Eric Shell, which he took off all of the. Yeah, man said the voodoo thing. I know that made you laugh, which was a mad.
That's crazy.
That's a mad interview. Like your reason for taking the L was voodoo. That's wild. But at the same time, like he did really poorly in that game, and it was so different to all of our victories. He's done so well, Eric Shell, up to that point, because he took off all of the game changers.
Yeah.
Like before even the second half or something, and then by the time penalties comes, there's no one who can proper take a penalty. And it's like, we had game changers, like, obviously Chukwueze hasn't been great, but he's played in big moments. He could have stayed on the pitch. Lookman obviously could have stayed on the pitch. Don't play great for Nigeria, but it's a big moment. Osimhen definitely should have been on the pitch. I don't know why he got subbed off.
Yeah.
Iwobi maybe could have taken a penalty. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, every single one of these players got taken off. And I just don't think he did really bad in that game. It was very upsetting. It was funny when you mentioned that he's like Ivory Coast, so like he managed to
another agenda.
Yeah, bro. But it was poor, and it was like shockingly poor. Where like it felt like match fixing type of poor with all of those players coming off, and you know it's a big one, and you know it can very possibly go to penalties. Yeah. It just felt weird. Like why are all these men coming off?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was bittersweet, you know, for Nigeria. And yeah, I saw you mention about Ranieri, which about maybe him representing Nige. He should like.
Nwaneri, yeah.
Nwaneri.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, which I would like that. Yeah. Obviously, as Nigerian fan, yeah, I like that, bro. And yeah, after's. We just mentioned all these 10s with MGW and thing. It might be difficult. Yeah. He's not far from age. How old is he actually?
He has got a lot of years on there.
How old is he? 18.
Yeah, 18.
Fair. Okay, fair enough then.
All them man like 24 plus.
He's like 5-6 years younger than them all. So fair enough.
But it'll just be nice. Like I would like him to even have the England option and still do.
Yeah, Nigeria.
You know, I think that will change the game.
We do need one of those for sure. Like a big one. Like if it was a Saka or.
Yeah.
No, I feel you 100%. But yeah, man. I guess we end on question of the week.
Yeah.
It's the goalkeeper question. That's been burning us for a minute. I didn't do enough research on this as well. That was the last thing. Yeah. To be fair, I don't know if I'll even be able to name 5 because I want to be
efficient and
not efficient. I want to be sincere.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to just start naming names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but I can definitely think of a few. Let me just do some quick bit of research. But yeah, this question's been burning us for a while. It's not burning off, but it's been. The guys asked it. So sorry, what's the name of? Because I appreciate how persistent he's been.
I don't know if it was actually the same that asked it the first time.
No, it was. I checked on the YouTubes. Okay. Yeah, I checked. Okay. It's the same guy, bro. Okay. He really wants this question, and I appreciate the persistence. Yeah.
So his name's BJ Blazer.
Blazer. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. So
I guess I'll go first then while you're searching it up. So Best goalkeepers. Top 5 goalkeepers in the world. I'm gonna go in no order first because yeah, I feel like it's very janky at the moment. Like one of the ones that is definitely gonna make it in, that's arguably number one, has just made a big transfer this summer, and you know he's still in a settling in period in a system that you know is having to change for him. That goalkeeper would be Donnarumma, basically. So
this is objective. Who we think objectively is best 5 goalies.
Yeah, in the world right now.
Favourites. Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, top 5 goals.
Okay,
yeah, so best.
Okay, that makes it easier a bit then.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Donnarumma in that because obviously like personal experience in terms of being an Arsenal fan, I've just seen what he's done. Like that performance for me, he's the reason we weren't in a final last year. Personally, I think he played a blinder that game, and you know seeing that level of goalkeeper is what makes me remember that. Yeah, those are keepers that can win you games on their own, and yeah, I think he's amazing as a pure goalkeeper, old school. Courtois still putting that. I think he's the original version of a Donnarumma where he just like, and he's the thing Donnarumma has with us, I feel like Courtois has with Liverpool. He was unlucky last game not to get a clean sheet, but
Champions League
final, but that might be the best just pure goalkeeping performance I've ever seen. Like, because the magnitude of the game and then just the amount of saves he was making.
Yeah, man. Crazy. And that game and the Champions League the other day as well. Like,
exactly. There you go. So Courtois,
for sure.
Yeah, and like he's so accomplished. Like, just remember, like he kind of like took Cech's chain from him at Chelsea. Took Czech, like he's won a Prem in over here, and then he's won titles over there. Like there's no
feels his job.
Yeah,
like, World Cups. Like Euro. Has he done the Euros with France? No, not yet. Maybe.
We're Belgium.
Oh, Belgium. Oh,
you're talking Courtois.
Yeah,
Courtois. Yeah, Belgium.
Yeah, fair. My bad.
I mean, he was part of that golden generation that.
Go on.
Nah, he was part of that golden generation that should have done something like the KDBs, Hazards, and that. But you know, they all kind of flopped, and but like he's done it. He's done it everywhere. Like that. Neuer for me is. In terms of like peak, I think Neuer's the GOAT
for sure.
For me because just if you want a great goalkeeper that can play with his feet, he's like he has all his sliders up in both departments. Like basically that's why I rate Neuer so high. But then even him, I can put the argument of but it was all in Germany though. And even though he proved himself Champions League and that, Courtois came over here, did what he needed to do, went over there, did what he needed to do. Like, there's not much you can put. The only thing you can put against Courtois is he's not that great with his feet, but he's solid enough. So, Courtois there, Donnarumma's there. I guess by default, Alisson. But this injury, I do need to see more on how he comes back. Like, because because obviously there was a lot of uncertainty about the Marshy keeper, Mashmed, whatever.
I'm not a big fan, to be honest.
Not a big fan, but you know, his last game he conceded 3 at City, but then they've just conceded 3 again with Alisson in goal. So, like, it's not like he seems to have made much of a difference so far. But I know he's rusty in that, and it's probably not his fault. I didn't really watch the game fully, but I'll put Alisson in just like his credit history is there, but he's a TBD for me.
Yeah.
Consider how the rest of the year goes. And I like Joan Garcia at Barca. Like when we were linked with him, I was obviously doing my research on him. He's great on the ball. He's the next one, really. Great on the ball, great with his feet. And I'm kind of, even though I would love to have him at my club, I'm kind of happy how that story panned out because he's he didn't come through La Masia, but he's a Barcelona. He's a Catalonian.
Yeah.
And you know, Barca, it's important for Barca to have that DNA, and he'll be there for years and years. Like he'll be that guy, like they're Valdez now. So Joan Garcia's in that, and after all the smoke, it is crazy to say Raya. But at the end of the day, he has been part of this great back line. That's probably the best defense in Europe at the minute. He's been a part of that.
You put him above Martinez.
At this season,
Yeah.
I think Martinez is better, like overall better, and I'll still rather have kept Martinez. But
he's mentally checked out.
he's mentally checked out, and he's like 33 now. He's getting to that stage where it's towards the end. Like he was considering Saudi and that. When guys are considering that move, that's when they're admitting that it's that time. So, or even Manu. Manu was either the paycheck. Both situations are for the paycheck or for the bag. So, Martinez. I still prefer Martinez though, like on his day, but I'll give it to Raya. I'll give it to Raya. So yeah.
Yeah. So for myself, Alisson definitely I'm gonna put in there.
Right.
He's, to be honest, the first 6 games that we did win wouldn't all be wins if it weren't for Alisson. To be honest, like obviously the injury is a big thing. But before, like, the level of quality drop since this Masvidal. Like, the first 6 was Alisson and the last 6 was Masvidal, by the way. So, like, and it's obviously not all his fault at all. He's done some great shot stopping. Yeah. But compared to Alisson, he's levels below. Like, if we were, I think I prefer Kelleher over Masvidal, bro. Like, to be honest, if we lose Alisson next season, then that's a crisis as well. Like goalkeeper, this guy isn't cut out for it, I don't think. But so I'm gonna put Alisson in there. I'm also gonna put Courtois and Donnarumma.
No.
To be honest, I think they're both just too accomplished. Donnarumma, obviously, since Milan, went to PSG, won loads, won the Champions League as well. Now he's come to City. And we'll see, but he's a young vet, bro. Like he's very young as well. So, and then Courtois, same reasons you mentioned for Courtois. Being a Liverpool fan, I've seen it up and close many times. Yeah. He's got to be in there for me. But then, so really it's down to like the extra 2. I had it at the top of my tongue, but I kind of gone a little bit now.
You think of Sommer or?
Sommer. I mean, Sommer's had a great season at Inter, but like, was it just a one-season wonder? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know, to be honest. But it was. I mean, he did have a good season. It's a shame. Like, I had them, but
Oblak's fallen off.
Yeah, Oblak's done to me. Like that. Obviously, you mentioned the Barca manager, goalkeeper. Sorry.
Garcia.
Yeah, he's good.
So the 2 you think you wouldn't have put Raya in?
No, I had to, man. Like, I was thinking...
Magnan at Milan.
Yeah, Magnan, that was it. Yeah, Milan, I like him. Like, he's one we need to... And the contract is, like, running out there now. No, but we need to consider that. Like, because he'll be a free.
Yeah.
He's one of those, like... Almost, you can say maybe world-class players that might just end up somewhere for free. So it's something we definitely need to look at, because I don't think Masvidal he's backup at best to me. Like, Kelleher's better backup.
How many years do you think Alisson has in him?
Not many.
No.
Like, I think we got to really think about
he's in a Van Dijk
being Masvidal, that was the plan, innit?
Yeah.
But it was a blessing in disguise, the injury, because we realised he's not cut out. Like, and the reason he isn't is he's like 3 levels below Alisson. Like, maybe if it's like, he's like a poor man's Courtois Donnarumma. He's like a worse version of that. Like a shot stopper, like he doesn't come out. So it's like, that's levels below. Like, you can't compete Champions League and kiss goodbye to those type of dreams if you have like, because you're looking now back at Karius Mignolet. He's a bit above that level. He's a bit above that, but he's in between those 3 levels. He's like a Matt Sales type.
Matt Sales is good though.
Yeah, that's like his type of, like, decent.
Ceiling.
Like, that's like his level, bro. We need better. You know what I mean? He's close to Kelleher in level, bro. Like, I don't get what anyone says. Like, they're similar. From what I've seen, both of them, the amount of times I've seen Kelleher fill in, they're close in level.
No.
So he's not a direct improvement of Kelleher to me. So, like, I think that's something we need to be alerted about. But yeah, I can't even think of a 5th.
Would it have been Martinez?
Nah, there's like, Manyan was definitely in, and then I can't even think of a 5th, bro. Like, who I think is the best. It's a shame I don't pay too much attention to the goalkeeper world. I should be though. Yeah, the goalkeeper world, the other league. Sommer, I could put Sommer in there, but Manyan's going to be my one from Serie A. Bro, like...
So, yeah. I'm surprised you have the same, because obviously it seems like I've got a Raya agenda, which I don't, but I'm surprised from the outside you would rather scramble around for others than Raya.
Yeah, I don't think Raya is that great, bro. I think Arsenal's defence is impeccable. Like, there's that, and then, like, I've seen, you know when you think of great defences and then the goalie's, like, part of it? I don't get that feeling with Raya, I'm not gonna lie. Like Czech in there, like...
Chelsea.
Yeah, there's the back four, like Carvalho, Terry... You know, Gallas and all that, or Cole or whatever, but then Czech's like part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those, and I think of that with Noor and shit, but I don't think like that with us with Alisson, Van Dijk, but I don't get that with Raya. It's just the four.
I feel that way with Calafiori. I think of Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, and I do put Raya in, and then the left back is where it's like.
Yeah, but fair enough. But yeah, that's the feeling I get. So no, I'm probably wouldn't put Raya in there. And maybe like I was thinking maybe Sales, but I'm just gassed off the game yesterday. Like I'm not.
I played well, did he?
Yeah. But yeah, man. Like really, I can just muster up 4 in it. Maybe I'll just still put Manuel Neuer in there because it's just such a legend. And it's just overlooked so many errors and shit. Like, if Bayern go on and compete for the Champions League again, then something's got to be said for him doing it in his like 40s or whatever.
Yeah.
So like,
it's a shame with Oblak as well because we were at that game when we saw him. And it's like this guy's not the same, not dominant anymore.
He was cold in his day though. Like, and he was like one of the best in terms of. Like after Noor, he was kind of second at one point.
For sure.
Even though there was amazing
Champions League semis
like,
regular as well.
Yeah, he was crazy. Like he's one of the highest ceilings in terms of like his shot stopping at one point was amazing, bro. But yeah, he's fallen off, bro.
Off a cliff.
Their whole thing has fallen off, I think, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's all I can really get to. But I think that wraps up another week. Another episode.
Top of the league.
Yeah, top of the league. Arsenal, they're looking like they're going to win this crazy big 6 weeks coming up. December is about to be a mazza. It's a lot of football, a lot of podding probably.
Yeah. So in conclusion, for those that might be confusing, you're not slot out, it's a TBD.
Yeah, it's to be decided. Is Slot a fraud? Yes, I believe Slot is a fraud. But am I slot out? No, because we're going to see how the next 6 games go, 6 weeks. On top of that, he could do things in the Champions League. Do you know what I'm saying? As a fraud can do things in the Champions. No, because there's many. Who's the Chelsea manager who ended up getting?
Di Matteo.
Yeah, like frauds can win Champions Leagues. Like trust me. It's just that he's a fraud for the Prem. Like week in, week out. Can he, when it gets over tactical, when he can maybe he can muster up something. So we're gonna keep seeing that, and he's very tactical. I think it's confirmed he's a fraud for sure.
Yeah.
Like he's like that Prem that he won. He can't do that again. You know what I mean? I just don't think he can. But he might be able to, with the way the Prem is set up, with so many teams that play on a low block and things. I just don't think he can do that again with the focus and being the champions. I don't. But he might be able to muster up something in the Champions League. I won't lie. We're gonna keep watching.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
But yeah, my last thing on us is one down, 2 to go. Just remember that. Let's calm down. 1 down, 2 to go.
Okay.
Big week.
Peace.
Peace.